Good morning and good day to everyone watching this video live and to our replay folks. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch these videos, and hopefully it is nourishing to you. So we are going to talk about support this week, and just in general, I think it's good to kind of reassess, one, what your goals are, and two, how you go about that. So I'm going to have some different memes this week about, what that might look like. And we're going to have these conversations about, when we start this process or we get to the points where we get stuck or get overwhelmed, it's easy. And we're all allowed to sit in our puddle for a few minutes, but we don't want to stay there long. And we want to reassess our resources and those who have our back. And so in yesterday's, I did a post saying, hey, who has your back with food? Just a really simple question. And I was blown away by all the responses of my partner, my mother, my sister, the intuitive eating support group, my page here, and there was way more of that than I expected, and I was just thrilled because I do know that we do heal best in relationship, and I do know that shame usually is overcoupled, or shame with our food and our bodies is overcoupled in relationships. So basically, we struggle with getting our needs met and feeling seen and heard in relationship. It could be with ourselves, but also with others. And so that's going to relate to people as well. And so what I would suggest around that is really start to think about, if you do have your people, tell them every day, like, thank you so much for supporting this journey I'm on. I really appreciate that. It helps me feel safer. It helps me keep going. You may find yourself in a situation where there are people who would love to support you, but they don't know how to do it. And so we can automatically think, well, they don't understand me, so I won't go to them. When really maybe the antidote is, I need to get clearer about what I need and want, and then offer that need and want clearly and see what they're available for. And so there doesn't have to be this murkiness, are they there for me or not, or whatever. A third category of people I know are people who've been really hurt or disappointed by others and don't feel like that anybody's safe, even though they could probably list 20 ways in which at least one person that they know could be safe or relatively safe enough. So for example, I don't really feel like when I was in recovery, I had anybody who truly understood what I was going through. There's a lot of people on the periphery I know who wanted me to be well. And that kind of kept me going. And I kind of had this acceptance of not everybody's going to fully understand this. And that's okay. But that's not the opposite of not being supportive either. And oftentimes people just don't know what to say or how to say it in a way that's going to be helpful or land for us. So a couple of things I want to mention before I finish this video is also remember that there are other, maybe it's not people, maybe, or maybe you are in a group and we're so revved up and worried about like saying things right or wrong, or basically being perfectionists about how we show up, or we have to be a certain way, or we have to know a certain thing, or we're making assumptions that we're going to be judged. If you can start to catch those things, you might get a lot more benefit also from the support that you do have. And so lastly, before I hop off this video, is I want you to think about food. Is that your food? Whether it's your willingness to, I put a stake in the ground for my food being my ally here. I have a lot of clients who use their meal plans or their commitment to like regular meals as something that's always there for them, no matter how the day goes, the air conditioner breaks, something happens and we get disappointed. Our meal plan will always be there for us. And some people do the opposite, right? It's like something out of our control happens and we decide that, we can't eat today. Or we decide that we're going to eat all the foods because, who cares, things don't work out. And those are obviously in our nervous system places that trigger our survival response. So we get either up and sympathetic and we race and we lose our appetite. So we think, I'm not that hungry, whatever. Or we collapse and either don't feel hunger or we eat because the absence of not feeling anything is too scary. And so what you could do with your energy and your will is say, no matter what happens today, I'm going to feed myself in a way that I would feed a trusted someone I care about. And yeah, it's just like the food can be there for me in that kind of way versus being an enemy. So my food and my body is never the enemy. It's these sensations and emotions feel like they're too much. And my go-to is the food in some way, but we want to, what can be here for me when I feel this way? So remember, safe enough people and your food being your ally are two ways in which something can have your back in your recovery process. So, all right, I will talk to you in the next video, and we're going to talk more about some other tangible things when it's not people that can support you, or you already have your people, and that's great, but you're doing your life, you're doing your work, you're shopping, you're something, and you feel too much or not enough. And how we're going to use some other kind of resources to help us ride those waves so that we're not looping and start and stopping in our journey. So, all right, thank you all so much for watching live. I really appreciate you being here. Please pass this video along to others who could kind of use maybe a gentle nudge, wake up call to like, there maybe are more resources than you think. You're not as alone as you think you are when it comes to holding the ground or even making progress when things feel hard. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.